Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of my collection of fantasy films. Yeah, it's been really good up to now. I've had loads of engagement. People have been liking the stuff that I've been showing, so we'll carry on with it. There's plenty more to dig through. So for this episode, we've got another 5. We've got some big hitters in here. We've got one really rare title as well, which is nice to look at. I don't think I've ever showed it before on this channel. So the first one we'll start off with a David Carradine film. David Carradine did quite a bit of this stuff. None of it was much good, but it's entertaining for what it is. And it's The Warrior and the Sorceress. Again, one of those depictions of art on the front that'll probably lure you in the video shop back in the day. This has got jack shit to do with the film. It makes David Carradine look like a He-Man character on there. It makes him look like something out Master of the Universe, which he definitely isn't in this film. Odd film. David Carradine plays like a sword for hire in this, and he turned the whole premise is he turns up in a town where the battle for supremacy evolves around a well of water. Fucking Christ knows. But David Carradine did some batshit crazy stuff. It feels a little bit like it's made for TV. It's only 76 minutes long, this film, so it's really short. It is what it is. It's okay for what it is. If you've never seen it, I'd suggest giving it a spin if you can find it somewhere. I bet it's on some crap streaming service. It'll be one of those films. And like I said, David Carradine did loads of stuff like this back in the day. So that was that one. This one is a really good one. This is an early appearance for Ron Perlman. And it's another one of those films that's it's more of a caveman movie than anything else. Quest for Fire. Extremely good film. Really good film. Second Sight, standard edition this on Blu-ray. They did a really good job of it. If you've never seen this film, a tribe of cavemen possess a flame, possess fire, but they don't know how to make it. This flame's been kept going for generations and generations, and another tribe comes in and takes the fire, so they have to sort of go on a quest to try and get the fire back rather than learn how to make it. Good film, not much dialogue in it, feels epic in places. It is really good. If you've never seen it, check that one out. A film, when I first saw it, I didn't expect much from it, because again, it's one of the modern fantasy films, a film of sort of the time. It's CG heavy, really CG heavy, but when I watched it, I really enjoyed it, and that's Warcraft: The Beginning. I'm surprised they've not done more with this franchise, because it's a huge franchise. You know what I mean? The whole Warcraft thing is massive. So for it not to get a real good standout film is bizarre. But this is actually really good. It's really entertaining. Again, if you don't mind the films with a lot of CG in it, then you'll be okay with it. But beware, it is CG heavy. Everything is CG in it. But I suppose for the sort of film it is, it sort of lends itself well. It looks nice. Because it's a modern film and it's shot modernly, watching it on a 4K player on a nice 4K screen, it does look extremely good. Right, this one is probably the rarest film I own in my collection. One of the most expensive films I own in my collection. You don't come across this film often. No one ever seems to talk about it. Not many people remember it or know it unless you're into this kind of thing. But it's a film called Hundra. This DVD release was limited to 1,500. It's very rare you come across this edition. There are other editions out there. There's a cheaper edition, but this edition, it's very rare you come across it. Hundra is a sort of female take on the Conan sort of franchise. It's lifted very heavily from the Conan franchise. To be honest, this character could fit in quite well within the Conan lore. Basically, a tribe of women, barbarians, outcasts, have been sort of hunted to extinction, really, by a man's atrocity. and men being the dominant species, try to kill them out slowly. I don't know why, that doesn't make much sense really. But that's what's happening at the beginning of the film. And Hundra is the female warrior, the main female warrior from the tribe. And sort of the very opening of this film, it is a male tribe trying to kill off the female tribe, and Hundra isn't there. But the beginning of the film is epic. It is fantastic. The music in this was done by Ennio Morricone. It's not none of his recycled rubbish. You tend to find with his scores and his soundtracks, a lot of his stuff gets recycled through. This doesn't. This is one of his own soundtracks for this film, and it works brilliantly. It puts you in the right frame of mind for the kind of film it is. The art on this, on the front, is done really well. The film, as it goes on, gets a little bit tongue-in-cheek. It gets a little bit slapstick in places, but don't let that take anything away from it. It is an extremely good high fantasy film. There is good sword play in it. Hundra is an absolute badass. She's killing people left, right and centre. But only later in the film, it goes a little bit more mild and mellow, gets a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but it's still extremely good. This version of it is obviously there's only a DVD of this. There was a project in the works where they was taking this to Blu-ray. You can find some sort of excerpts from it on YouTube, and you can see what they was trying to do with the film. There's sort of little clips where they've cleaned it up. I don't know what the source was from, I'm not 100% sure, but it looks really good. But that was like 10 years ago, and nothing's been heard of it since, which is a shame, you know what I mean? I'm surprised no one's jumped on the bandwagon with this. This would be an immediate day one purchase for me, and I think it would sell quite well. But the actual DVD is really nice. Again, you don't come across it that often. Subversive, who put this out, did quite a few little bits back in the day on DVD, and they always did a good job with them. I know I've not shown you much of the insides or anything of this, but I think this is worthy of it. There's a comic book that comes with it that tells the early story of Hundra, and obviously the film on that, and then you get Ennio Morricone's soundtrack on there, score on there as well, so you get a CD with it. Rare and expensive DVD now. If you want to purchase a copy of this, if you can find a copy of it, tends to go between £60 and £70 now. Again, it's one of the rarest films I've got in my collection, and it's an absolute mint ball. This one, it's lovely. So if you've never seen Hundra, check it out. There's a bit of a crap version of it on YouTube. It looks like it's from a VHS rip, but it's still worth a watch. And then we'll round that one off nicely with one of my all-time favourites, and this was great, the Vinegar Syndrome give it a 4K. For me, one of the best things that Vinegar Syndrome have done. That's Beastmaster. Holy moly, I can take part in this film. I can recite it from front to back. I watched this virtually on a daily basis in my early teens. I was obsessed with it. Great film. It stands out quite well within this whole sword and sorcery thing. The main character has got the ability to communicate with animals. So he's got a black panther, which really isn't a panther, it's a tiger painted black. He's got 2 ferrets that he uses, that are his thieves. He's got an eagle, which are his eyes. You know what I mean? It's really, really good. Everybody's seen Beastmaster. It got played to death on TV when I was younger, and I would imagine it did in the States as well. As extremely brilliant edition that Vinegar Syndrome put out on 4K. What I would say is a 4K transfer. The back end of the film lets itself down a little bit. It goes really red looking. It looks clean, but it's got this really weird red overtone over the top of everything. I don't know if that was because of what the source that they used to get this from. I don't know. But it's better than the Spanish import Blu-ray that I had for years, and that looked quite sort of crispy. It looked very nice, but this an amazing addition. Amazing addition. One of my favourite all-time sword and sorcery films. Yeah, so for the 5 for this episode were Warrior and the Sorceress, Quest for Fire, Warcraft: The Beginning, Hundra, and the legendary The Beastmaster. Again, people, please consider giving us a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. It does help a lot. And the last couple of months, I've been picking up numbers nicely, which means the content I'm putting out, people obviously enjoying. Yeah, so please give the video a like. If you haven't done already, please consider giving the channel a subscribe. Till the next one, everybody, I'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye.